Hi, I'm Jared.
And I'm Brad.
And this week on Hood Slappers, we're going to be reviewing the 2022 Kia Telluride.
When I first came of age to start purchasing vehicles, Kia was considered a joke. Not only were their cars basic, but they had faulty engines that annoyed customers and earned them scorn. They consistently found themselves at the bottom of J.D. Power's annual initial quality study. In the early 2000s, to buy a Kia was to announce to everyone you had no idea about cars and had sucker written all over you.
And this made Kia the underdog with the ultimate comeback story. You see, in the 2010s, Kia's fortunes began to change. And in 2006, they hired Peter Schreier, the legendary designer of the Audi TT. And this is when Kia's star began to shine. In 2016, J.D. Power gave them the title of #1 brand. The first time in almost 30 years where a non-premium brand like Acura or Lexus was given this award. And Kia's managed to hang on to a top 3 spot ever since. And this makes sense because according to Popular Mechanics, Kia spent more than $1 billion on research, and it shows in their quality of their vehicles.
And what Kia learned from all their research was this: there's a difference between being a bargain brand and a value brand. So what Kia did was increase their prices and added a whole lot of luxury elements to their cars.
And this strategy seems to be working because in 2020, Kia had more cars given the IIHS Top Safety Pick and Top Safety Pick Plus than any other automotive brand out there. The US News named it the best SUV brand, dethroning Honda, who had that since 2016.
The Telluride, perhaps the crown jewel of Kia's fleet. The Telluride, in fact, is on track to become one of the most awarded vehicles in all of history. Auto Trader in 2020 gave it the distinction of Best New Car. NACTOY gave it the distinction of North America's Best Sports Utility Vehicle, and Motor Trend gave it the distinction of Best SUV. Those are impressive honors. Now, 2 years later, the Telluride is back. What is new and what does it bring to the 3-row SUV market?
All 2022 Tellurides are equipped with a 291 horsepower, 3.8-liter naturally aspirated V6 engine that sends power through an 8-speed automatic gearbox. The Telluride is capable of towing up to 5,000 pounds with 262 pound-foot of torque. The front-wheel drive is the Telluride default, but an all-wheel drive system is available on every trim.
On fuel performance, the Telluride gets 12.6 liters per 100 kilometers in the city and 9.7 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway, which means it is very comparable with competitors like the Honda Pilot.
Every Telluride comes equipped with automatic headlights, push-button start, and dual-zone climate control with second and third row vents. The instrument cluster receives a 3.5-inch display screen that is upgradable to 7 inches. The infotainment system is set up with a 10.25-inch screen that is Android Auto and Apple CarPlay compatible, and a 6-speaker system that is upgradable to a 10-speaker Harman Kardon system. You can also add LED dome lights, 8-way power adjustable front seats that can be heated and cooled, a wireless phone charger, power folding side mirrors, LED headlights, rain sensing windshield wipers, and a heads-up display. Now, when it comes to third-row SUVs, the question on everyone's mind is space, and how tight will everything be back there? If you need all the space in the world, the Kia Carnival minivan might be the best option for you, but still, the Telluride is no slouch in the space department.
But comparing a Kia to another Kia only helps if you want to buy a Kia. How does Kia's cargo space stand up against its competitors? When it comes to interior cargo volume, the Kia Telluride has an impressive 601 liters of space, which is more than its competitors, the Honda Pilot and Hyundai Palisade. But the Kia loses a few points when it comes to maximum cargo with only 2,455 liters. This only slightly overtakes the Palisade, but falls short of the Pilot by over 500 liters.
Here's an interesting little feature. A lot of cars, when you go to the back, your hands are full, you have to kick or do some sort of song and dance in order for the tailgate to go up. But what Kia's done, if I have the key fob in my pocket, I simply walk to the back of the car, and after a few beeps, the tailgate will automatically open. Now, it gets better because once I'm back here, if I have loads of stuff to put in the back, obviously I can put down the third row. But if I don't want to walk all the way to the side of the car, I also have some buttons here that will put down the second row while I'm still back here. That is genius.
Now, anyone eyeing up the Telluride probably has family and long summer camping trips on their mind. But let's be honest, any dad eyeing up the Telluride probably has something else on their mind as well.
Antiquing.
What? No, a boys' weekend road trip.
Ah, yes, but whoever's driving on this boys' weekend antiquing road trip is always the captain and the king. But if you end up on one of these road trips and you end up in the third row, does it have enough space? Is it too tight? Will it fit grown men in the back? Let's find out.
Wait, where are we gonna get grown men?
All right, here we go. Ugh. Right.
All right, now scooch.
Huh?
Scooch over.
All right. All right.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Two grown men in the back here.
Yeah. So what kind of obligations do we have back here?
I think if you're in the third row, you have zero obligations. In fact, I think one of the obligations you have is probably not to say much. If you're in the third row, I don't know what that says about you.
It's like being the third guy at the end of the wedding party.
Yeah.
You know, the best man is there with the ring. If he drops out, the next guy's in line. But the third guy,
Third guy. Yeah.
he's like the third movie in a series. You gotta have a third.
If you didn't make shotgun or second row, you're almost not wanted on the trip.
It's that guy that, all right, you can come, but you gotta sit in the back. Yeah.
Yes. I gotta say though, this isn't bad. I could go for a while back here.
Me too. However, there are 3 seatbelts back here, and
Well, I don't know if we're getting a third guy back here, but 3 kids? Absolutely. I've said it before and I'll say it again. When you're dealing with a car this size, safety is paramount. Whether you're a cyclist, pedestrian, or even just driving a smaller car, pickup trucks and SUVs can be intimidating. So what does the Telluride bring in terms of safety?
automatic emergency braking, lane centering with departure warning, and blind spot monitoring are standard features on the 2022 Telluride. So too is cross-traffic braking, adaptive cruise control, and parking sensors. Automatic high beams and 360-degree view cameras are standard additions on the range-topping SX trim.
Now, there's a lot to love about the Telluride. It looks and feels like a luxury SUV, but Jared, let's talk about price. What is it gonna cost somebody to get behind the wheel of the Telluride?
Brad, consider this. Normally a luxury SUV like the Lexus RX, that's gonna be right around the $70,000 mark. BMW X7, that's gonna start around $100,000. The Telluride starts at a very, very reasonable $46,500. If you want to go to the top trim, you're flirting with about $56,000. All things considered, safety, luxurious feel, and features, I would say the Telluride is priced very well. Now, let's go for a ride.
Now, Jared, I'm gonna do a test here,
What's that?
okay? My phone is currently sitting at 91%
Okay.
charged.
Charge?
I'm that kind of guy, I keep mine charged, you know? But I wanna know, with the in-house charging, wireless charging, over the course of our drive, let's see what I get.
So it's 238, we have
238.
91%.
It is charging.
Here's a car that has gone up in terms of, you know, quality, features, so on
Yeah.
and so forth. Now,
Yeah.
in your research, compared to the Pilot, where does this?
Well, this is the interesting thing. When you know, we're talking about how it ranks against BMW, Lexus, right? It definitely seems like a value brand. But next to Honda Pilot, it's actually a little bit more expensive. So the Honda Pilot, base model anyway, is cheaper than what you start at here. And this is where I'm a little torn. If I am going for the 3-row SUV, do I want to go with Kia, which is doing a lot of great things recently?
Yeah.
Or do I go with Honda, which has, you know, longevity, better name, better quality maybe.
But
I don't know.
I think one of the reasons is that the Honda Pilot has been out and it's been relatively the same since 2016. It hasn't changed where this is brand new.
Right.
And I think you can justify a higher price point for a while.
Right.
But then that certainly will change. Now there are a couple great features on the Telluride. I mean, Kia just takes a bag and throws everything they can in there and fills it up to the brim, which I like. I think it's cool because, again, the value for what you're getting is there. But here's something, it's gimmicky, okay, but I think it's tremendous. So down here, we have what's called Sounds of Nature. Have playing now on a cool, snowy day.
Ooh, that's delightful. On a snowy day like this, that warm fireplace, I could just drive.
Absolutely. Now, there's more. So warm fireplace, Snowy Village, which, here we are.
Is that just a guy walking through the snow?
Okay,
that doesn't say Snowy Village to me.
No. Okay. Here's Lively Forest. Could be anywhere.
I'm not sure how lively that is.
It's
random forest, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
My backyard. Calm sea waves. Now this.
Oh. So I don't know. Yeah, the danger is that's nice and all. I don't want to fall asleep while I'm driving, Jared.
Yeah, that's true. Rainy day. Rain is, it helps you go to sleep.
Well, okay, maybe another point against this one, but
down out here. Open air cafe.
Why in the world, Jared, would anyone want this playing while you're driving?
It's annoying. This is what you got to talk louder at the cafe.
This to me is like, hey, I'm stuck in a traffic jam. What could make this worse? How about if I was stuck in a cafe and people talking? Yeah, I think you got to go warm fireplace. That's nice. Well, and I mean, we're kind of set up for it here. It's a snowy day.
Oh, indeed.
Now, let me ask you this, Jared. Kia was known as a bargain brand. I think they've now moved more into the value brand sort of thing. Is there any other scenarios where you can think of where, say, bargain or value brand is better than the sort of leading brand?
Brad, that's a great point. I want to start off with this coat. I bought this coat yesterday. I was in a pinch.
You bought it yesterday?
I knew snow was coming, and I
Okay.
thought I have to get a coat because I honestly don't have a winter coat. Walmart, $69. That's what this coat cost, and it is doing the trick today.
Well, I mean, it hasn't been through the trials and tribulations of a harsh Canadian winter. Well,
Right.
it's a little early to tell.
But I got it for $69.
Now, what is the name on this?
I don't know if there's a name.
Is that Gore-Tex?
No, it's not Gore-Tex, but it's an ultimate dad coat.
The
cuffs,
you know what?
The
It
cuffs on
really
my arm
is.
are far too large.
It's kind of patty.
It's a
That's not bad for
it's a big coat.
$69.
It's a
I thought
big
you were
coat.
going to say you got this something at Value Village or something.
No, I did go to Value Village,
Okay.
but they did not have anything
Gotcha.
that that would suit me. What I like, another thing that Kia, when you got that brown interior that was requested, the driver requested a brown interior. It's not just the seats that are brown. It's the entire car, right down to the steering wheel. Everything is color matching, including the wood grain in the vehicle as well.
That's a nice wood grain.
Yeah, very much
That's
so. Now, as some of you drivers or people out there driving on the road may have noticed that Kia has recently changed their logo. Big deal. Everyone's doing this. Cars are becoming electric, and I think every brand is kind of changing to keep up with the times in a sense. But Kia's made theirs. The big thing is symmetry. So if you look at the logo, it's very symmetrical, so they say. A lot better looking than their old logo. Quite frankly, their old logo did look like a bargain brand
brand logo.
Yeah.
100%. I'll agree with that. However, I will say the jury's still out for me on the new logo there. I don't know if I didn't know it was Kia, if I'd be able to. I think I could make it out, but even if I don't end up loving it, it's better than the old logo. So
absolutely.
anything would have been an upgrade there.
I like the feel of this car. It rides smooth. It's quiet. It's very quiet. I like it. I do like it. I've never been a Kia guy. Never bought a Kia. I probably will never buy a Kia. But
You don't think you'd ever buy a Kia? There's nothing they can do to change your mind.
I don't. I'm a pretty loyal guy.
Okay.
Okay. Pretty loyal
All right.
guy. I'm not gonna,
Yeah,
But I think if someone was to buy a Kia, I won't have that grin on my face when they walk by anymore.
same.
Thinking, it must have been
Yes, this guy.
all they had.
He got
left.
hacked.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now Kia, this car, I didn't know this, viewers, until I sat in the car and did my first turn. But this has a blind spot camera on both sides, but that's my right side and that's my left side. So similar to Honda's, except Honda's was only on the right side, and they're actually phasing that out. I think the blind spot camera is very cool, very informative. As I said before in our Civic video, that it not just says, hey, there's something back there, but it tells you what it is, if it's coming fast or slow, if you have, you know, a decent amount of space to cut in front. There's a lot of information you're getting from those screens.
And I love where they've tucked it in. It's the perfect spot, and by doing that, and it's standard. Is this both blind spots standard? I'd have to check
Well, see,
that.
I don't know. This is the shock. I didn't know it was even in the car.
But I'll tell you what this does is it gets rid of something that's necessary but dangerous. When you go to check your blind spots, you have to take your eye off the road. You got to do the this or you got to do the this. And for that time, you don't know what's coming at you. This is right where you're looking. It's perfectly placed in my mind. I am a big fan of that.
Well, Brad, it's been a few moments. Should we check
Should we
in?
take a look? Okay, so it was 2:38. See, now I forgot what time we put it in.
Well, let's just check the...
Let's just check. It is currently sitting at 94%.
So that's gone up.
We started at 91.
Okay.
So I've got 3 percentage points over 10 minutes.
Okay.
Not bad if you're in a bind, you know?
No, you got, in a
And I
bind.
tell you, this is the answer. Now I know you're going to say every car does this now, but man, getting rid of the cords, just a cleaner look for the driver. I like it.
Well, that brings me to another point. So this still does have connectivity for USB, but it's a USB-A port, not the C port.
I mean, this is again what I realized over the last little while shooting this is that one of us had to step up our aesthetics game, and
That's
so
why I
I've
got
brought,
this new coat.
Well, it's a coat, all right.
It's green.
You know what else you didn't comment on, Jared? You know, I'm always bothered when you don't say something, it almost hurts more. You didn't comment on my hat because we were outside filming and it was clear that I was way warmer than everybody else in the crew, including yourself, and nobody had the foresight to bring a hat except for me.
Well, you did ask the question, value brand versus proper brand, and I think you did a very good job with that value brand hat. I think for something that's inexpensive, it does the trick. It covers your hair, it covers your ears, and I think you did a really good job finding a cheap,
look at
low quality hat.
It buckles underneath, Jared, to keep it close. And this is not a value brand. This is the Lexus. This is the BMW of the hat world. I'm just going to tell you that. This is like the old Rusky hats, you know. I do notice, though, I'm not sure how to feel about this, but our sweaters are kind of similar. Kind of that same, you know.
So then that would put me at par with you as the stylistic individual.
Until you ruined it with the coat.
I like my coat. And I'll take anybody to task who says my coat is anything less than superb.
You've worn it one day and you're already convinced.
I'll say this, the zipper, I can just feel the zipper's gonna break. Okay. But for
now,
$69.
you can't go wrong.
No.
Oh, I didn't notice this before. That is nice. That is the nicest headrest I have ever encountered. I'm not kidding you.
How does it compare with other? Can you name me a couple of other headrests?
Yes, I can. The 2010 Corolla, hard as a rock. Just, you know, you could almost give yourself a concussion on that thing. This is just, ooh, you know, you can kind of melt into that. It's soft and cushy.
I'm gonna turn up the fireplace here.
See, do that. Just nestle in. Well, there you have it, friends. Kia Star continues to shine in the automotive world. They have transformed themselves from a bargain brand that people mocked to a car manufacturer that is competing with the best of them while holding their own. And the Telluride is their crowning achievement. It truly shines at every level. And with that, the Telluride actually gives people all that they want: space, comfort, and extraordinary levels of standard features. The Telluride feels and drives like a luxury SUV, but comes at half the price. And with that, I give the 2022 Kia Telluride my hood slap of approval.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.